Hello, my name is Derek Tovey. I'm going to be speaking to you guys today about the faithful witness, the life and mission of William Carey. It was a very interesting book that we read, and I learned a lot about him and a lot about ministry in general during the course of reading this book. Just a brief overall summary of this book was Carey was baptized in 1783, and during the decade after he was baptized, when he was young, he was a well-known shoemaker. His apprentice for the shoemaker was Clark Nicholas, and he was actually a very well-known shoemaker. He had shoes in stores for advertisement and whatnot. And he also had, in a young age, John Moore, who was a mentor to William Carey. And interesting thing was, Carey wasn't saved yet, and before he got saved, John Moore and William Carey had a kind of an interesting relationship. William Carey he completely shunned and disrespected his mentor, and it wasn't until William Carey came to Christ that John Moore was able to really grab a hold of him and make him grow as a person and as a believer and all that. And he really developed a lot as a person after he came to Christ, and after John Moore was able to grab a hold of him and really develop him as a person. And like I said, he was very well known for his shoemaker, or as a shoemaker, and he also spent a lot of time in the garden. He loved to garden until he was 7, where he got a skin disease. And once he got the skin disease, he wasn't able to do that anymore. And during that decade, he went away from that, but then he really started dedicating his life to Christ and started ministering and everything in the town that he was in. During the decade from 1783 to 1793, the book says that it was one of the most influential times of William Carey's life, because it really developed him as a person and what he wanted to do, which was later on in 1793 to leave for India and to start a school there. And what he did when he did that, he went to India, started his school, and his main goal was to teach people about Christ. But it wasn't only just to teach people about Christ. It says in the book that his main passion and his only single desire in life was to fully know God, as fully and wholly and as whole as he possibly could. But not only that, but to share that knowledge and get other people to know Christ and teach them how to take on his legacy and share Christ to other people as well, just to get as much people the Word of God as humanly possible. And that's what he did. When he went to India, he also taught in England. And when he was going back and forth between India and England, he met Mr. Scott. And Mr. Scott he was a pastor that William Carey met. And what Mr. Scott taught William Carey, as the book describes, is he really taught Carey the Word of God. And Mr. Scott, or William Carey, he takes his success as a pastor and as a minister, and the book says that he really gives that. It's not William Carey's success. He gives all that success to Mr. Scott for teaching him the whole Word of God, and he really respected him for that. He taught children how, through his ministership in India, he taught the children how to love God, and taught them about God, and also taught them how to preach the Word of God. And by the time he was 26, he got married to a woman named Elizabeth, and they had a child, and they ended up losing their child to a fever, which was quite common back in the day. And actually, William Carey got a fever as well, and he ended up, book says, losing his hair. That's probably what he looked like, all bald. But it was a very interesting book. From then on, he was known for just wearing crazy hats and stuff whenever he went outside. But it was a very interesting book. It was a lot of drama, a lot of crazy things happened in this book, and it was very interesting to see how much people went through to do these types of things, and it's still going on today. But I think that in the book, William Carey really sacrificed a lot and is really the prime example of what ministry can be and should be today. Thank you.